Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and we've got one more game in Pittsburgh against the Pirates. Just happens to be a bench day today. So fairly sure we are taking out the non-apples. Pretty sure subbed in for Joey last time, so... Is that everybody we need? I think. Let's move you up here, switch you guys around. Alright, came off of the most routine win we've had in a little while yesterday with the regular guys in. I think it ended up 3-0. Two of those home runs coming off of Chief's bat. Solo home run to each corner outfield. So we'll see what the bench guys can do. They've probably been the most consistent performers in this month so far, actually. So hoping for good news. And this will be our last look at PNC Park this year. We do finish up with the Pirates on this year's schedule, but it will be at our place. I don't remember if it's a 2 or 3 game set there in the end, but October 1st is the end of the regular season this year. Here is Phil to start things off today. Denham on the mound for the Pirates. Ground ball towards second. Rivas gets over there for the first out. Here is Miyake after one pitch, 1 out. Gotta love that if you're the Pirates. 2 pitches, 2 outs it seems. There we go. That's some efficient work. Here's Quentin. He's gonna bat left-handed. Looks at strike 1, the first pitch that Aviles has touched today. Sorry, that came out wrong. First pitch Aviles has touched today. There we go. That's a little bit of a tongue twister. Ground ball, that will not get through. Rivas makes the play again, and that'll end the inning. Good opening for the Pirates. They're going to have Chris Duffy lead things off at the plate. You see the lineup we have in today. Lamosny is going to start off on the mound. I think he did make it through 6 innings the last time he pitched. It was a bit of a struggle, but he got there. Oh, he's supposed to be B-rated stamina. I don't know why he struggles so much to make that 6th inning. Just throws a lot of pitches to get his outs, I guess. Duffy grounds this one to short, or second rather. Phil gets it over to first for the first out. Here's Luis Rivas. And he will look at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. Looks at strike 3. 2 away. Here's Jack Wilson. Not exactly your prototypical 3-hole hitter. First pitch was too high. Second one is swung on and missed. A curveball. A line drive to short. Joey makes the grab, and we are on to the second inning. All zeros so far. Terry's going to lead things off for Indianapolis. First pitch over the inside corner for strike 1. That fastball sailed. 1-1. Better curveball. That's called a strike. Terry has not swung yet. Swings at this one, but comes up empty. 1 away. Here's Frank. He hits a ground ball that Blum will field. 2 down. Here is Sweeney at the plate. Fastball down in the dirt. swing and a miss on the slurve. So neither one of these pitchers throw hard at all. Sweeney, another swing and a miss will make it a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Still nothing doing after an inning and a half. The Pirates will start off with Xavier Nady in the bottom half of the second inning. First pitch to Nady is a curveball for strike 1. Hits this one straight back. Martinez can't hang on to the foul tip, but I'm also not sure how hard he tried. It wasn't a situation he needed to. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Here's Johnson to the plate. 1 out and nobody on. Somebody's going to have to get some real wood on the ball eventually. Swings and misses. It's a 1-1 count. Line drive towards second. Phil with the catch on the fly. 2 down. Here's Jeff Blum. That slider didn't quite make it back to the plate. This one popped foul. It'll make the dugout, or the screen, right in that area. Not sure exactly what it hit. In any case, here is the next pitch, and it is a strike over the outside corner. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Oh, I don't know why this just popped into my head, but I'm glad it did. Still all zeros on the board as we go to the third. Martinez is going to lead off. I got an email a few days ago, and I keep forgetting to mention it. The name just came across as Cheese, who was asking for my opinion on some different logos and stuff for a league that he is trying to make in PowerPros, I guess. As Martinez gets the first hit of the game down the left field line. I'm letting you know, Cheese, that I did get your email. I appreciate you reaching out, but that is outside of my area of expertise. I'm afraid can't give you a whole lot of guidance on that. But I do appreciate your watching and reaching out, like I said. So back to the game. Lamosny's going to get down a bunt. Martinez will go to second. 2 away. Runner in scoring position for Phil, who has been ice cold. His average is down below 200 now. And, I mean, kind of substantially, 188. Has a 1-1 count. Fouls this pitch away. 1-2. That's not going to do it. Denham will field it himself and get it to first to end the inning. Still no score, but you have a hit now. Mavilas is going to lead things off for the Pirates in the bottom of the third. First pitch is called a strike. Hit towards short. Joey makes the grab. 1 down. Here's Niger Morgan. That first slider down and in. Popped up. Terry goes back into the grass and makes the grab. Here's Denham at the plate. Apparently an excellent hitting pitcher, but grounds this one to short. Joey will throw it on to first, and that'll end the third inning. We go to the fourth, a whole lot of zeros on the board. Miyake will lead things off for the Squirrels.
Number 22, Miyake.
First pitch is outside. I guess I maybe should also apologize for recording much later than usual. I had a department meeting, and that flowed right into getting both girls to their different soccer practices and had to eat dinner in there. So, yeah, didn't really start recording. It's 9 o'clock as I speak these words, so we're going to get it out today, but definitely not the, around 3:34 time frame I usually get the games out. Quinton puts this one to third. 2 away. Here is Terry. He struck out swinging in his first at bat. Looks at strike one. In fact, that third strike is still the only pitch Terry swung at. Finally swings again, but again comes up empty. Swings well. That curveball was already in the catcher's mitt before he swung. So still no runs as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Chris Duffy will lead things off for Pittsburgh. I say we're going to get this out on time tonight, but you know, somebody's going to have to score a run to make that actually happen. Duffy grounds out to third. That'll bring Rivas back to the plate. He struck out looking in his first at-bat. One of 3 strikeouts Lemosny managed the first time through the Pirates' order. Rivas with a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss will make it 1-2. Ground ball to short. Joey will take care of that. 2 away. Here's Jack Wilson lined out in his first at-bat. To Phil, I do believe. Swings and misses at a curveball. Grounds this one to third. Sweeney over to first, and that will end the 4th inning. Still a whole lot of zeros on the board. Frank is going to lead things off for the Squirrels in the 5th inning. Frank ground out in his first at-bat. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Denham doesn't have a lot on these pitches, but the Squirrels seem baffled by it. Although I suppose you can say the same thing about the Pirates at the plate too. Frank with a 1-2 count. Hits this one. That will be fielded by Johnson, who will step on the bag for the first out of the inning. Sweeney struck out in his first at-bat. Looks at strike one. And that pitch a bit too high. And inside, we got a 2-1 count. Swings and misses on a very hittable fastball. Swing and a miss on an even more hittable fastball. 2 away. Here's Martinez. He has the lone hit in the game. Single down the left field line. He would be bunted over to second, but that's as far as the Squirrels could manage. Has a 1-1 count in this at-bat. This fastball misses outside as well. Curveball called strike 2. And this fastball a bit too high. We've got a full count with 2 outs. Nobody on base, though. And pulled foul. We'll try again. Swing and a miss, strike 3. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Still no score. And Xavier Nady will lead things off for Pittsburgh. Nady struck out in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1 here. This pitch misses down and in. Ground ball right to Phil. 1 away. And that will bring Johnson to the plate. He lined out, I believe his was to Joey. Not 100% sure of that, but that's what I seem to remember. Ground ball to third. Sweeney on to first. 2 down. Here is Jeff Blum. He struck out in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1. Bounces in a curveball. This is softly lined to first. Terry makes the grab, and we will move on to the 6th inning. Martinez's hit is still the only thing that's really happened in this game. Joey's going to lead things off for the Squirrels. Struck out in his first at-bat. Could not make a productive out for us. Got a 1-1 count in this at-bat. as that fastball sails a bit. Swing and a miss, makes it 2-2. Looks at strike 3. That'll bring Lemosny to the plate. He had a sac bunt in his first at-bat. And that fastball a bit too high. This one misses high as well. Down and in, it's a 3-0 count. This one called a strike. I don't blame Lemosny for taking a look backwards. That one was a strike, and Lemosny did swing on it, but came up empty. This is going to be a play by Jack Wilson. I thought maybe it could get to the outfield off his bat, but wasn't quite hit hard enough. So that'll bring Phil to the plate with 2 outs and the base is empty, and he will look at strike 1. Hits this one towards Rivas, a little bloop that's caught for the last out of the top of the 6th. Aviles is going to lead things off for the Pirates in the bottom half of the inning. Still nobody even sniffing a run. Aviles popped out in his first at-bat. Lemosny starts him off with a slider that gets ground to second, 1 away. Here's Nyjer Morgan, who popped out as well. Don't believe either outfield has had to make a play today. Closest thing was, well, actually, Nyjer Morgan having to throw Martinez's hit back in, but he wasn't close to catching it. It was a well-placed ball. I think that might be the only time the outfield's even touched the ball today for either side. Morgan has a full count. 1 out, nobody on base. And he will hit a ground ball to second. Phil will take care of that. 2 down. Here's Denham at the plate. First pitch is called a strike on a curveball. Swing and a miss on another curveball. Pops this one up to second. Phil waiting on it, and he makes the grab. We go to the 7th inning. Nothing is happening in this game. Miyake is going to lead things off for the Squirrels. So literally everybody in this game is 0 for 2, other than Martinez. Well, I guess Phil is 0 for 3 at this point. Other than that, everybody is 0 for 2. Miyake has a 2-0 count here, though, so he's got a hitter's count. And he will line this one into center field for a base hit, and I think he's going to make it into a double. He is in there safely. So a leadoff double. This is the first time I really believe we can score a run. Quinton at the plate, looks at strike 1. Denham starting to wipe his brow as well as he throws in strike 2. Quinton hits this one fair right over third base. Miyake making his turn for home, and he is in there. Finally, someone has scored a run. It's 1-0 Squirrels, and that's going to end Denham's day. Here comes Matt Capps. We've seen a lot of him as of late. Don't know how long he's going to be able to go in this game. He's been in heavy use. But the Squirrels with a run on the board, a runner on first, and Terry at the plate, who has struck out in both at-bats so far today. First pitch is down and in. Second pitch is outside. 2-0. There's a called strike on a fastball down at the knees. Tries to throw the pitch again, and this looks like a could-be double play ball. Terry just beats out the throw to first, probably because the infield is playing deep. So 1 on, 1 out. Frank at the plate, looks at a ball high. Here's a strike. Swing and a miss on a changeup, makes it 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down, here's Sweeney. He has struck out in both at-bats so far today. That's rare for him. He looks at a ball. Looks at, oh, they called that a strike. I was already starting to call it a ball, but up the middle, it does get through. That'll put runners on first and second. Martinez at the plate. There are 2 outs. Martinez with a hit in this game already. Had the lone hit for a long time in this game. has a 1-1 count in this at-bat. Ground ball to short, Wilson to first, and that will get us to the 7th inning stretch. 1-0 Squirrels lead. The Pirates will be back at the top of their order after the break. Lamosny's still on the mound, I hope for obvious reasons. I don't know if he's got the gas to actually pull this off, but we'll find out. Duffy has an 0-2 count. Lamosny only with 3 strikeouts on the game. I think he got all those the first go-around of the Pirates' order. Although maybe that's a good sign, because we don't need him throwing a ton of pitches. Gets Duffy to strike out swinging here, though. Rivas is, well, again, everybody's 0-for on the Pirates, so I guess I don't need to keep reminding you. Rivas swings and misses at the first pitch. That slider misses low. Swing and a miss again, makes it 1-2. Called strike 3. 2 away. Here's Jack Wilson. Looks at a curveball for strike 1. Swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That ends the 7th inning. I don't know how real this is, but I mean, you're watching the same game I am. Not the game I expected to be calling, that's for sure. I was just concerned about getting through 6 innings. Joey is going to lead things off here in the 8th inning for the Squirrels. He's struck out in both at-bats so far today. Hits this ground ball right to Blum at third, 1 away. Lamosny suddenly the story of the day. He's 0-for-1 at the plate. He had a sac bunt his first time up. Oh no, I actually lined that one. I thought it hopped, but it was a line drive. 2 away. Here's Phil. He is also hitless today. Looks at strike 1. Grounds this one to Rivas slowly, but Phil is not going to beat many balls out. So we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Xavier Nady coming to the plate for Pittsburgh. Still a 1-0 Squirrels lead. Oh, we're going to get a pinch hitter. Here comes Ryan Sweeney. So I doubt he's bunting. Hits a ground ball to second. Phil takes care of that. 1 away. Another pinch hitter. Actually, Johnson's one of their better hitters. That one surprises me. Here's Shilon Hu, who had been starting at second the last time we played the Pirates. Not sure. I think Rivas came here in a trade. I did look at that, but now I've forgotten. So I guess he took the starting role at that point. Who's got a 1-2 count? And he will hit a ground ball to second. Phil to first. 2 down. Jeff Blum is going to get to actually hit. Lamosny throws in a ball. Swing and a miss. 1-1. This one, oh, it gets into the outfield, and the Pirates with their first hit, first base runner of the day, with 2 outs in the 8th inning. I mean, I don't even know if Lamosny could go 9 full innings, but man, I was really hoping to find out. Oh, what a story that would have been. He does get Aviles to strike out. I'm tempted to see if he can get this complete game shutout. We might go for it, just to see if he can do it. So we go to the 9th. Squirrels still up 1-0. Miyake is going to lead things off at the plate. I think we're getting some defensive changes. Oh, just one. Cardona's going to come in to play first, where a Who had been inserted. First pitch to Miyake is down low. There's a called strike. And this pitch is outside. 2-1. Swing and a miss will make it 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One down, here's Quentin. Got a base hit in his last at-bat, back when the offense came to life just as long as we needed it to, at least to this point. Quentin into right field. Sweeney goes back to the warning track and makes the catch. I think that is the first outfield out we've seen today. Could be wrong, but that's the only one I can remember. Terry looks at strike 1. Cap's starting to wipe his brow, but he's, from our perspective, only got one more out to get. Terry puts that one as perfectly as he possibly could into the right field corner, and that will turn into a 2-out double. All right, here's Frank, runner on second with 2 outs. Looks at strike 1, fastball over the outer half. Pops this one up. Caps is going to field it himself near the third baseline, and that'll end the inning. Let's, I know there's not like a, shutout, I guess, is all it would be, but let's just see if Lamosny can do it. I don't know if he's got the gas, but he's not been wiping his brow, so let's see. Starting off with Niger Morgan, as this pitch misses inside. Looks at a strike there on I believe that was a curveball. Slider hit towards second. That's going to get through for the Pirates' second hit of the day. A leadoff single, tying run aboard. The Pirates are predictably going to pinch hit for the pitcher spot. Here comes Stephen Drew. Curveball in there for strike 1. Fastball swung on and missed. It's an 0-2 count. Swing and a miss again, strike 3. I think we're getting another pinch hitter. I know we're going to get a pinch runner. Calaspo's going to come in and run for Morgan. That speed is not right for Niger Morgan, by the way. That's a terrible rating. I think he's the fastest baseball player I ever saw with my own 2 eyes. Calling him a speed 5. That's insulting. Anyway, Duffy has a 1-2 count. Lamosny just now starting to wipe his brow. Gets a ground ball. Double play. Double play. Lamosny did it. I know it wasn't a no-hitter. He gave up 2 hits, but it was a complete game shutout for a guy that had been struggling to make 6 innings. His condition wasn't even that high. It was on the lower end, but some days you just have it, and you just got to let it roll. And that's exactly what happened here. Lamosny just had, as far in his major league career, the game of his life to this point. He should be player of the game. He's certainly my player of the game. Though it was, I think, Quentin that knocked in the run, so he could get a nod, but it really should be Lamosny. He's the story today. AAA guy, 2 hitting the Pirates. Well, they're going to share it. I'm fine with that. That works out. So excellent, excellent day by Lamosny. That really, not that I had a bad day, but man, that was a bright spot. Thank you everybody for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. We are off tomorrow. I think we're back home. And I think it might be the Reds, but I'm not completely sure about that. So it'll be a surprise for all of us on Saturday. We'll see you then.